Next on Worcester News tonight, the family of a Worcester woman killed in a crash is working to strengthen state laws. Plus, the proposed redesign of Kelley Square is met with mixed emotions. A look at what the new intersection could entail. More on those stories in a moment, but first, a Blackstone man is found guilty in the murder of his father. Good evening, I'm Olivia Lemon. A Superior Court jury found Glenn Armstrong guilty of first-degree murder Thursday in the 2017 killing of his 83-year-old father. Armstrong was arrested in New Jersey one day after his father, Walter Armstrong, was found dead in the home they shared in Blackstone. An autopsy determined the 83-year-old died of multiple blunt trauma and asphyxia by strangulation. First-degree murder carries a mandatory sentence of life in prison without parole. Armstrong will be sentenced on Monday. It's been almost 1 year since a 20-year-old Worcester woman was struck and killed by a car. The driver admitted to texting and driving. Now her family is working to prevent another tragedy like this from happening again. Our Brittany Schaefer joins us now with their story. Brittany.
Olivia, Gabriella Lowell was in a crosswalk on Grafton Street when she was struck and killed. Wednesday, the man behind the wheel was sentenced to probation, a sentence and punishment that Gabriella's mother says doesn't fit the sentence.
It was like she was killed all over again.
Allison Lowell is upset the driver who struck and killed her daughter Gabriella won't serve any jail time. 21-year-old Tyler Hamilton admitted to texting and driving. He was sentenced to 4 years probation Wednesday after pleading guilty to motor vehicle homicide by negligent operation.
I took my purse and I had to leave the courtroom because I couldn't listen to any more of the injustice that he was spewing from his mouth.
Gabriella Lowell was in a crosswalk on Grafton Street near her home last June when she was hit. The 20-year-old was thrown 66 feet and died from the impact.
When I got there was caution tape everywhere and police cars, and I saw the backpack and her shoes, and Officer Garlick told me to get to the hospital. And as a mother, I knew she was gone.
Gabby was Allison's only child and her best friend. She says her daughter was scheduled to start taking classes to be a veterinarian.
She was vivacious. She loved to sing and dance. She loved her family. She loved to laugh. She was just a very happy, positive person. She was always goofing around with me, like making fun of me. She was my world. I miss her every single day, and there's a hole in me that will never be filled.
Despite receiving an outcome she didn't want in court, Lowell is still working to get justice for her daughter.
I'm going to work tirelessly with the senators in the state to get the hands-free bill passed, and I'm also working to get vehicular homicide to become a felony.
Lowell says she is working with Counselor George Russell to get a blinking light at the flashing light at the intersection where Gabby was killed. Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
All right, thank you, Brittany. Well, it was a bit cooler out there today, and unfortunately, this dry stretch is set to run out. It looks like we could see some showers tomorrow. Let's get a first look at our local forecast with meteorologist Pamela Gardner.
Hey there, good evening. The clouds continue to thicken up today. After 2 dry days in a row, we had fantastic weather and beautiful temperatures once again, but the cool, showery weather will return to our forecast for Friday. As the warm front lifts through the area, then we have a tailing cold front for Friday night, but it all comes down just in time for the weekend. A sunny Saturday forecast for us. And we look ahead to the satellite radar imagery. We see the clouds continuing to increase from west to east across central Massachusetts. This is a system that brings in our rain chance for late tonight and most of the day on Friday. Our quick cast this evening, filtered sunshine continues and comfortable. More clouds helping to trap in the daytime heat, so we won't be quite as chilly as what we had last night for those overnight lows. And here in our in-house forecast system, we see a chance for a few sprinkles once we go into your overnight forecast after midnight. A couple showers to start off your Friday morning. And keep that umbrella with you. More rain on the way Friday night. I'll show you the 10-day in just a few minutes.
An East Brookfield man is facing a judge after prosecutors say he illegally operated a helicopter from his backyard. This is video of Antonio Santanasto's backyard. The FAA revoked his pilot's license in 2000 after he was involved in the theft of a helicopter in Norwood. But prosecutors say he operated a helicopter more than 50 times last year. They said he took off and landed from his backyard, creating a hazard. It's one of the most well-known intersections in Worcester, and soon Kelley Square will be getting a new design. Many people have already seen the proposed peanut shape, but now designers are wondering what to put in the middle of it. Our Rosalind Flaherty joins us live now to explain. Rosalind.
Olivia, they're asking for the public's help because they want it to be a welcome sight when people enter the city. This could be the future of Kelley Square.
It's going to be a large piece of land, very visible.
Designer Sosowski Associates are letting people weigh in on the final design. People have already seen the new hybrid traffic circle or so-called peanut plan. But there are different options as to what to put inside of it.
Sort of welcoming gateway and signage and iconic pieces that will really sort of help announce Kelley Square to everyone passing through.
Earlier this week, they unveiled two primary options, different designs including gateway panels, canopies, and sculptures.
It serves a traffic function in terms of a rotary, but it also serves a function to be a community space.
Jeff Rufo of K&N Supply Plumbing and Heating in Kelley Square says he is not a fan of the peanut plan. He says it will cause more chaos.
It's all these different turns you have to take and you can't take off the peanut. Plus with the bump outs on Harding Street, Water Street, it's going to be tough for a truck, a fire truck, any normal sized SUV to make certain turns.
Meanwhile, Sean Hodgson walks through the intersection often and likes the proposed walkways for pedestrians. He says something needs to be done to keep people safe.
Trying to cross this is really difficult. And I think at this point anything is worth a shot.
The city manager says construction on Kelley Square will begin later this spring. You can visit the city's website for more information on how to give your input. We're live in Worcester. Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
A two-car crash in Worcester shuts down a portion of Institute Road late Thursday morning. One car was flipped on its side. Emergency crews could be seen putting the driver of one car onto a stretcher. The crash happened on the corner of Institute Road and Lancaster Street. Witnesses say it appears one of the vehicles may have ran a red light and hit the car in the middle of the intersection. New information shows sexually transmitted infections are on the rise across Massachusetts and even more in cities like Worcester. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported a 47% increase in cases of chlamydia and 200% increase in cases of gonorrhea from 2012 to 2017. In Worcester, the city's Division of Public Health says education is key. They say they are working on teaching students at a younger age about safe sex practices.
We've been trying to introduce perhaps a little bit more of a enlightening curriculum about this problem at a little younger age than we have in the past.
Planned Parenthood also offers training programs for schools, parents, and professionals on how to educate on sexual health. Worcester's Division of Public Health is given authority to cremate unclaimed bodies by the Board of Health. The cremation is only authorized once all efforts have been exhausted to contact the person's next of kin. This body must be identified and unclaimed, or the next of kin is unwilling to claim it. The DPH says this will help alleviate stress on funeral homes and morgues keeping bodies. Dozens of employers and even more job seekers were at the DCU Center Thursday for an annual job fair. Mass Hire hosts the fair and says even though the unemployment rate is low, this year there are still plenty of people looking for a fresh start or advancement in their field. Our Chandler Walsh joins us now with more. Chandler.
Olivia, Mass Hire says this may be the largest career fair in Central Mass. They've been holding it for years now and say this year they saw a big mix of job seekers from recent grads on.
I do have a per diem position available.
Cece Lewis has a job but is looking for a new one to move up and live life to the fullest.
I want to travel. I want to be on the beach, sipping some martinis, strawberry daiquiris, looking up the blue skies. smelling that good breeze.
Mass Hires Janice Ryan Weeks says there are many like Lewis at their annual job fair.
In the first 30 minutes, we had 250 job seekers come through.
According to the U.S. Department of Labor, the 3.6 national unemployment rate is the lowest it's been since 1966. Weeks says the good economy also means there are less employers at the fair this year. Even still, plenty of connections are being made.
The economy is the best that it's been in a while, and so this is an opportunity, again, for folks who are underemployed or seeking new career pathways to come and see what's out there.
Kelley Albright spent about an hour Thursday looking for a job to better her family and had plenty of luck.
They, again, were happy to hear my story and are interested in me coming in for an interview. So it's worked out really well for me.
UMass Memorial Healthcare was one of the busier tables with more than 800 openings in a variety of fields. They're seeing a stream of candidates, but some positions are tougher to fill than others.
It's very hard for me to find nurses because they are one of the groups that have almost 0% unemployment stats right now.
Lewis says UMass is her target employer. She's hoping she can make a change soon.
I'm going to try to be a CNA. I'm going to try. I'm going to push it. I'm going to try.
Mass Hire says the local economy is booming. They say more and more businesses are coming to the Worcester area and looking for employees. Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
A smooth rollout for Worcester's first recreational marijuana shop is allowing the city's licensing commission to modify some of its conditions. Good Chemistry customers will no longer have to pre-register for an appointment to purchase cannabis, but they can still make appointments if they want to shop at a specific time. Police paid details may also no longer be needed after June 1st. Good Chemistry has been open for recreational use since May 1st and has served more than 150 customers each day. The Association of Developmental Disabilities Providers holds their annual LEAD conference at the DCU Center. More than 1,000 people came together to learn new ways to assist people with developmental and intellectual disabilities, autism, and brain injury. This is ADDP's 35th year putting on the conference. It included 127 agencies who provide services to people with disabilities, as well as workshops and presentations.
Today is the day to get inspired, is to see what's happening in other agencies. Our industry right now is going through much change, and so we have to be prepared. People have to understand the different things that they need to learn so that they can continue to be viable community service entities.
This year's theme was innovation and creativity. This weekend, postal workers will not only be dropping off mail, they will also be picking up food. The National Association of Letter Carriers says their annual Stamp Out Hunger food drive is one of the largest in the country. This week, mail carriers are dropping off bags at residents' homes so they can fill them with non-perishable food items. The bags will be collected this Saturday.
Around the holidays, everybody thinks about donating food and helping people out. But this is a time of year where food pantries find it to be crucial because a lot of the kids that may be getting meals in school are now getting out of school within the next month or so. And a lot of them rely on assistance when it comes to food, and these are the places that they come to.
And all food collected will be distributed to food pantries in the area.